Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for education, analysis, and opportunities in blockchain and crypto. My name is Lucas.
And my name is Ryan.
And if, as a little continuation, if you want to know more about how to provide liquidity, we did just put out a pretty comprehensive video at timestamps that'll walk you through on what it means and how to actually provide with live examples. So I think you'll dig that. And to get started, of course, this is all educational information. We're all experimenting and learning and trying to really just find ways to support the growth of this new technology. Once you understand how it works and what it is, that's really what providing liquidity and becoming parts of farming or bonding tokens, which we'll get into. Learning how to get involved is learning how to grow these ecosystems, right? I mean, is it not people becoming a part of the different chains and putting their value and locking it up for time? Isn't really that what allows for the liquidity and for people to come in and out and for these to grow
for these
as banks
protocols to work? For sure.
I guess
network effect is important.
Should we start doing a series called BYOB? BYOB.
That's bring your own Bitcoin. I don't know.
Be your own bank.
Be your own bank. Okay, gotcha.
BYOB, cool. Baby. You got to be your own bank. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna start naming the series how to BYOB, and of course, like I said, it's not financial advice. The market could have peaked like already, and we're on the crumble. Right. We're on the tumble crumble. And that's okay because we're looking for macro long-term outlooks. This is not trading or financial advice. Whatever you put in and play, be prepared to watch it go down and just sit there for a while.
Because that can happen.
Make you cry, because it usually does. But historically, anyone who's held on to crypto for 2 to 3 year period has always survived the dips.
Yes.
And yes.
So we're going to highlight particular protocol today, right? Fantom, one of our personal favorites, one we've been talking about, and one that's done very well in the last few months in terms of just growing with the space and innovating and having all kinds of new partnerships and just all kinds of innovation and development. It's a very young chain. And what else do we want to say about baseline about Fantom? It's a smart contract blockchain, so that's something to know. And is there well, I guess the first thing to take a look at is the price, right? What's Fantom trading at? That's a good place to start.
And you're looking in a sea of red. Notice how Fantom is green. Now this happens to different protocols at different times. So
yes,
but what's something to mention is that Fantom as an alternative, because people who have used Uniswap and the smart contracts on Ethereum have seen how painful and egregious the gas fees, the cost to do business, the transactions. It's no longer cheap, free, or not free, but very cheap and accessible. It's become very expensive to use and to operate on. And Fantom, like you said, Ryan, it's another smart contract platform. I would call it a blue chip up there with Solana, Polkadot, Cardano. It's definitely considered to be one of the blue chips in the smart contract platform. And yeah, so it is, we have a lot to talk about and how to get involved with your liquidity, where to go, and we will leave all the links below.
Yes. So yeah, let's take a look at Fantom, the ecosystem. I guess the first place you would want to take a look at is SpookySwap, or there's SpiritSwap or SpookySwap. Didn't SpiritSwap has a bridge too, I believe, right? Didn't they rolled that out recently? But it wasn't too long ago that SpookySwap was the main Fantom bridge that people used. So this is a Web3 kind of a protocol, so you can you can connect your MetaMask wallet right to SpookySwap, and if you do that, you will see. We'll wait for Lucas to catch up with me, but there's
I'm listening to you. I was just pulling up the Fantom Foundation homepage website for those who want to know more information about how what it is. And
Oh, there's a Phantom bridge right there on the website too. Yeah.
so
I bet that's that's probably the SpookySwap bridge, I imagine.
where is it? Show it.
The bottom. Multi-chain Phantom bridge.
I bet you're right. No,
Nope.
multichain.xyz. So
Right.
learn
So there's multiple
something,
bridges.
learn something new, and there you go. You'll be able to connect your wallet, and I'm sure if you press connect, it'll say MetaMask, which I'm not going to do here because I don't even need to use this, but that's great to know. So we will leave the link if you want to know
Yep.
more and read, because we recommend do your own research. This is an education web, channel. This is our intent, and we
Yes.
can't learn about all this on our own. So it is EVM compatible, which is why it makes it so easy to bridge with Ethereum and other projects that are EVM compatible. It's highly scalable. So let's kind of, oh, and here we go. It shows you, and we're going to get into a lot of these that are popping off right now. It shows you a lot of the decentralized exchanges and bridges, the lending and borrowing. So this is a great resource. We'll definitely link to this. But as you were saying, I didn't mean to hold you up, Ryan. Let's get right back to it. SpookySwap,
Okay.
which is what they
Yes.
listed as one of them.
There's the bridge. You can, so the first step is go to the bridge, connect your MetaMask wallet. If you have any ETH,
Icon.
you're going to want to probably have like you wouldn't want to bridge Ethereum itself because it has to be wrapped Ethereum.
Yeah.
So you'd go and, go to Uniswap and get wrapped Ethereum, or you can get Aave or USDC or DAI. Really any ERC20 that you have is fine. You just want to get out of Ethereum itself. And then you can bridge that ERC20 over to Fantom. And you will end up with wrapped ETH on Fantom, or you'll end up with DAI on Fantom, or any of the other ERC, whatever ERC20 you choose, it'll be moved over to the Fantom chain. And then once you have the Fantom asset, you can then click on swap, and you can go and get whatever you want, whether you want to buy, BOO, and you can, that BOO is the exchange token for SpookySwap. So whenever you stake on SpookySwap or farm, you're going to be earning BOO as your reward. And you can see on the website that one BOO is equal to $29.57. So that's cool. And it's done very well. I've seen it as high as like around 32, 33, but it's done very well as far as an exchange token goes. And why don't we take a look at all the different options of what you can buy on SpookySwap? So once you have Fantom, there's a whole long list of tokens on here that are worth looking at. Aave, of course, and Binance, you can get that. One of the tokens that I'm a fan of is ICE. You'll see that on here. That's the Popsicle ecosystem, and MIM. That's the stable coin from Abracadabra. So yeah, there's a huge list of tokens on Fantom. Some native to Fantom, others are wrapped on the network. So it's definitely an enriched ecosystem. Lots of cool projects are being created, and we're going to walk through a couple of them here in the next few minutes.
And
okay, liquidity. Go to the liquidity section. This is where you get your LP tokens. So if you watched our last video, you know that supplying liquidity, often you're combining equal parts of two different tokens. So in this case, we're looking at the Fantom BOO LP screen. So you would enter in equal parts of those. You'd go to the swap. You'd swap out half your Fantom for an equal amount of BOO, and then you go to liquidity, enter those two assets, get your LP token, and then you can go to farm. Go ahead.
I want to mention real quick. So just a strategy when you're doing this. And so why do you do this? Well, if you do this, the reason why I do this, again, not financial advice, but it's to be a part of these ecosystems and to help them grow. I feel that if you look for long-term plays and long-term solutions at adding value, then you have a better potential of riding out whatever possible dips, because we could see a dip tomorrow. But you look at Ethereum, you look at Fantom Network and some of these other chains, Avalanche, and you're looking at the future DeFi 2.0. You're looking at, just like Uniswap had V2 and V3, and you see these protocols continue to develop, and they're dynamic. Why we're going through a complete look of Fantom is because many people maybe have Fantom on their Coinbase or Binance or whatever account, and they're ready to move it off into their own private wallet, and they're ready to start actually adding value to the ecosystems and being rewarded directly for it themselves. Because
Right.
that's it. When you take responsibility, which is what crypto is all about, and you take your private keys, your wallet, you can actually have a lot of fun in these ecosystems and just let them sit for a while. And when we do that as members of these young communities, decentralized communities, basically every chain is kind of a DAO in and of itself.
So yeah, let's look at some of these farms.
Yeah. The farm strategy is basically, if you're going to add liquidity, you kind of want to have an idea of which tokens, first of all, you're interested in. Do you want to have a portion in stable coins, USDC, or like you mentioned earlier, MIM or DAI? Do you want to put it into tokens like ICE that you're really bullish on, and you feel that they've got a lot of growth potential, or like Spell? So it depends upon your personal strategy. But what I like to look at is if you can
liquidity, right?
Liquidity and
because the larger liquidity, the more volume, the bigger the ability, the easier it will be to get in and out of these protocols, and the more resilience they have, right?
Yep, that's right. And the more activity they have generally, and the fees that are generated, and the LP rewards, and all that good stuff.
Let's explain that. So the fee, so you see APR, take the first one, Fantom Boo. We're looking at, you're earning 59% APR from the farm, and then there's earn fees is 6.23%. Okay. So what we're doing here is we are earning the fees. You're getting a reward of the fees earned in that protocol for those tokens, right? And you're going to get paid. Here's the key: is you're going to be paid in Boo, right? So you're depositing Fantom in Boo, but you're paid in Boo. And one of the things you can do with your Boo, one, you can just sit on it and hold it, or you can stake your Boo and then start earning xBoo as your reward. And then you can, funny thing is, you can double down, stake your xBoo. And here's where it gets interesting. When you stake your xBoo, you can actually choose what other native token you want to be paid out in. So instead of being paid in Boo, you can be paid in more Fantom. You can earn Shade, DAI, or you can even and there's others. And there's an APR that that corresponds. So LiquidDriver, Spell, some of these are very, very sought. Spell, there's a lot of buzz around that. So to be able to earn build a position passively and Spell in an early point, that's awesome. And then Fantom, a blue chip, so that's, and you can kind of see that the APRs track the kind of the quality of the token. So the better the token, the stronger it is, or the more, I guess, the less risky it is, the lower the APR will be, right? And with DAI, obviously that's a stable coin. So, you're not going to have to worry about too much risk of losing money there. But all in all, yeah, this is just another way to just to kind of double down on and compound your rewards.
So we're going to go into other ecosystems that do this, but what's the benefit? So you provide liquidity, which means you bring a stable coin or two different digital assets, and you lock them, sometimes three, we'll get into that, but you lock them up. And what that does is that allows other people to go to this swap, and it allows them to switch because other people have locked this liquidity. But yes, there's impermanent loss, and there's other issues with the rapid flow of funds from one ecosystem to another, or just out the ecosystem. And so what a lot of protocols synergistically are doing, working together, which is great to see, is they are providing rewards for taking that liquidity token and locking that up, farming it, bonding it.
Right.
You can call it different things, but it's like when you take your boo and then you stake it, and then you take that and you stake it. When you incentivize and you reward people for locking it longer, then you'll have
Well,
people.
one of the main problems with DeFi is that these protocols will start and people will come in with large amounts of money, and they will provide the liquidity early on, and then they'll see the price of the token or the reward or whatever rise to an ungodly amount, and they'll see, oh, hey, I've made 20x in 2 months. So they sell because they want to cash in, and all that liquidity gets sucked out of the system. And if it's a large fraction of the total liquidity, you could see you could see that could be the death of that protocol. It'll maybe never reach those prices again. That happens. And so, well, I guess what we're looking at is protocols realizing that, okay, we have to deal with that, and one way to deal with that is to create incentives to lock it up, so people don't think that their best move is to sell. We want to see the whole idea for resilience and stability is to incentivize people to commit their money to for a longer period, and not to try to be gaming what's going to be the hot new thing next month or next week, and moving money around from week to week. The idea, because that would create instability. And so, yeah, we're seeing a new wave of projects. Many call this DeFi 2.0. And it's all kind of rooted around creating a game theory design that rewards people for sticking to their positions for a longer period.
And what's great about it is that they're working together. You see, there's a lot of interoperability. There's a lot of cooperation really between these different protocols built on the chain. And what's neat about it is that as a member, as a community member of these DAOs, as someone who wants to support the growth of Ethereum or Fantom or Cardano or Polkadot, or Avalanche or all the above, and ones you don't even know about, to see it flourish. The whole point is it's great to see that they're actively working to create more stability and more long-term.
Right.
More long-term. And I say
so
that,
along with SpookySwap, you would see SpiritSwap. I think you got it pulled up. This is another DEX, right? You can swap from one to another, one token to another. Right. And there's farms, and there's a bridge as well. And I think there's a lending, borrowing, there's bonds, staking. So, I mean, clearly there's a lot going on here. I like the Zap when you're trying to get into purchase an LP token. That Zap function works great because you can just put in one of the pairs, and it'll zap it. You click Zap, and you can it'll split it and make your purchase for you. So if you're not sure how to navigate buying LP tokens and it's confusing, this is a simplifying tool.
Very cool. Yeah, that makes it easy. You don't have to split it yourself. It'll automatically split it for you, and you can choose the LP combination that you'd like to get the token for, and then boom, zap, it's done. And that SpiritSwap also has a bridge. Which, did the bridge take you to the SpookySwap bridge? No. Okay.
It used to, but now they have their own.
Wow. Okay, so now that they've got their own Fantom to Ethereum or Ethereum to Fantom bridge, I don't want to do that. Let's go back. You can
check out the bonding section. Let's see lending, borrowing. Yeah,
there's lending and borrowing on the SpiritSwap as well. And let's see where they take you. And you were saying the bonds. We can check out the bonds. And there we
go. OlympusDao. We'll go to that in a minute.
I don't know what network I was on. God bless America. That works. Okay, OlympusDao. Is that the next one we're going to go check out here? So SpiritSwap is similar to So funny. I don't know how I left the Fantom network all of a sudden. SpiritSwap is a lot like SpookySwap. It's got the exchange, it has a little bit more features, but again, just like SpookySwap, SpiritSwap offers, it's you know what happened when I switched from ETH to Fantom Bridge, all these tabs automatically popped. There's your DeFi Web 3.0. Automatically tried switching to Ethereum, and now I just switched back to Fantom. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you've got this far, you have a MetaMask wallet and a Kepler wallet. But quick aside, shortly within the next few days, we are going to have a detailed how to start your own Web 3.0 wallet for several ecosystems. MetaMask covers Fantom, Binance, Avalanche, Polygon, Harmony. There's a lot in growing, and the Kepler wallet, which does Osmosis, Cosmos, Akash, Juno, Luna, Terra, and all the IBC stuff.
Right.
So
yeah, we're going to cover all that.
We're going to cover that. Farms is farms and bonding similar, right? It's the idea of taking your LP token. Oh, by the way, we're going to get to Olympus Pro here in a second.
Yes.
That's what the bond is all about. And but before we do that,
if you could maybe close out your SpookySwap tab, there's some lag going on my end. Cool.
Tabs are closing out.
Cool.
All right. So farms are taking your LP token. So let's say you'd like
staking them rewards,
to
right?
Diversify and support you're like, I like to support Fantom Network. I want to support a few different ecosystems. The cost of transactions are so cheap on Fantom, and we will do a live example on a different video on one of these protocols. But you can do that. You can create LP tokens on a couple different protocols, split it up, and lock up, farm, bond those tokens, and earn BOO on SpookySwap, as we just covered, or earn the Spirit. And I was going to say this, as we talk about supporting ecosystems for the long term, you really want to put your talk about the time. They give you 4 years max to lock up your Spirit tokens, and we'll see what happens here. I'll get rid of this. They give you, oh, let me see this. Yeah. So if you want to max your inSpirit is a token that you receive in return. It's like xBoo.
Your Spirit.
It's like xBoo. And inSpirit, they're saying we'll give different amounts of governance. It currently gives you voting rewards. So you can take your inSpirit level of voting power, and you can choose one of the 3 pools and the percentage you wish to equal 100%. And you can vote and get a more of a portion of the rewards from those pools. Now, what are those pools? Spirit Fantom pool, wrapped ETH Fantom pool, and a Bitcoin Fantom pool. So a lot of Ethereum and Bitcoin on the Fantom network, as well as the rewards tokens in Fantom. And that's, I guess, should we make that a point too? A lot of the success of DeFi and the different ecosystems is how much Ethereum and Bitcoin and stable coins can they wrap and bring to their ecosystem. It's like, sure,
yeah,
Fantom itself or Avalanche, but how much, Polkadot, a lot of these, how much Bitcoin can be wrapped, how much Ethereum can be wrapped, how much Avalanche can be wrapped, or Fantom could be wrapped. It's the growth of value that's being wrapped and spread across the different networks.
Interoperability is the key.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so I've held long enough, except for the borrowing and lending. So it's neat that, like Aave, SpiritSwap has you can take your collateral. Here's DeFi, by the way, DeFi 2.0. You're going to take your MetaMask wallet that you've bridged over. You've seen the bridge. You're able to take stuff off of Ethereum, and you come straight on over to Fantom and you start having fun with all these different protocols. You can take your wrapped Bitcoin, your stable coin, your Spirit coin, your wrapped Ether, many of these magic internet money, which is really neat. We'll get into, and you can earn an interest on them.
Right.
And
you can either supply it or you can borrow against it.
And you can also borrow against it. You can be your own bank and be your own lender.
And these interest rates, if you look, they're not too bad for borrowing. I mean, 12%, that's not, and that's less than some people's credit cards, Oh, that's definitely less than credit cards, and depending on what your interest rate is.
Yeah, and the reward for providing collateral in that as well is you get pretty decent returns.
Oh, for sure.
So okay, so let's get
very cool.
Let's not postpone the and it's not Tarot, it's actually Olympus Pro, which is the website that it kicked us to when you said, hey, I wonder what happens when you click on when you click on bonds. And before,
so let's talk about this. This is huge, and we want to do a video on OlympusDao itself, but right now we're not going to get into that because it's a rabbit hole. But essentially, what's going on here is OlympusDao has introduced a Fantom product and a series of bonds, and it's the marketplace on Fantom. And OlympusDao is kind of I want to say they're the first of these new DeFi 2.0 protocols that are looking to bond LP tokens and essentially solve a game theory dilemma that's plaguing DeFi. And we'll get into this more on our next video. But just know that OHM is the token for OlympusDao, and their farms and pools have been very, very profitable. I mean, we're looking at 8,000 and 9,000% APY on the ETH, because this launched on ETH. So you can OHM on ETH is, it's about $900, and it's the APY for staking on OlympusDao is, like I said, like $8,000 or $9,000 or 8,000 or 9,000%. So they're bringing these tokenomics and this bonding mechanism to Fantom, and you can see some of the bonds that are available right now. The other thing is, this is very early. This website just launched yesterday, I believe. I mean, the website existed, but it was inactive, and these bonds weren't listed, and you couldn't participate. So, now that it's launched, I think we're on day 1 or maybe day 2. So very early. Some of them have negative ROI, so you want to wait for that to be positive. And, this is something just to keep an eye on. I don't think I would really put too much money in this right now, but in a day or two or a few days, when these bonds, when these get more activity, when the value goes up and there's more, you can get a better idea of what's going on. This will be a place to look, because the auto compounding gains from this Olympus project have been fantastic. And if you've heard about Time Wonderland or ClimateDAO and some of the gains that they're experiencing on those protocols, you'll know that, which is very similar to this. You'll be able to see that the future for returns on this product are pretty good. It's not financial advice. Do your research, but the backstory and the track record is sound. So something to look at. You got anything to add?
No, other than while you were doing that, I was also giving people a lesson in how to disconnect from multiple sites. So if you go to different sites and you connect your wallet, oftentimes your computer might lag. And if it does, or if you just want to make sure you disconnect a site when you're not using it, you just come right here on your MetaMask wallet. Of course, here's where you hit your different networks: Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, Avalanche, and there's more. But no, you covered that well, brother. Somehow, when I was doing MetaMask work, this kicked me off of the. There we go. Let's go back to a Fantom here and show those LPs, because they are brand new. I showed the article while you were talking. I showed the article on.
Cool.
the
Yeah, that
recent,
article is good. It
how
talks
recent,
about the dates.
November 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, how recent these bonds have just come out. And
Yes,
but it's that DeFi 2.0. And let's see if it
that's right.
a refresh. I want to come back to the network, so if we can update it. Okay, look, there we go.
There we go.
So right now, it's this bond LP pool that is at the moment offering a positive return on investment. And obviously it's recommended not to join a pool until it shows that ROI, but these fill up quickly, and it's neat. What's the liquid? It's
LiquidDriver.
LiquidDriver. That's what it is.
And we're going to talk about that protocol too. I think it's coming up.
That's
It's
right.
another one on Fantom.
But just like SpiritSwap, so we're going to go into Olympus Pro in more detail later too. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to do a video on that.
Just like SpiritSwap, Taro, we don't have to spend too much time on this. And I'm not exactly sure what you can do with their X Taro, so I guess we can go check that out real quick. But I do know that they offer lending and borrowing.
Yeah, you can do single-sided lending. So unlike a lot of protocols where you have to pool both tokens in order to farm them, on this you can do single-sided lending. So you could supply Boo or Spirit on in a single-sided position and just earn, or you can borrow or lend, or you could farm both LP tokens. So that's interesting, and it does pay out in Taro or X Taro, I believe. I'm not sure which. So yeah, lots of opportunities there.
And there you go. Coming soon. X Taro staking and governance coming soon to a web wallet near you. So that's fun. That's interesting. It's another. It's just beautiful to know where the compatibles are in these ecosystems. You know, you've had Aave, Yearn, Curve on built out and functioning for a while, blocking volume and adding liquidity to Ethereum network. And it's fun to see, okay, well, if I want to join and see what's on the rich ecosystem of Cosmos, IBC, Osmosis, or Fantom network, or others, which we will get to. And if you like this kind of content and you want to drop us in the comments some other cool places to check out for us to do a follow-up on, we know this is not complete. There's more on Fantom, but a lot of these ecosystems are really brand new and just coming out. And they are some of the building blocks, along with others, for DeFi, decentralized finance, and allowing blockchain and cryptocurrency to function. Because as many of you know, if you've made it this far, Bitcoin is even developing a layer 2 solution. Ethereum, as well as others, the load of transactions for all the people around the world to purchase small transactions like a cup of coffee or anything else. There's just too much demand for these networks to operate in the way they do and still function at that capacity. So that's why there's layer 2s and proof of stake scalable solutions. And you know, there's also Popsicle finance.
That's what I was gonna say. We should take a look at Popsicle. That's a huge protocol on Fantom. They're also on Ethereum as well.
They are.
And Binance Smart Chain and AVAX and AETH. So it's a cross-chain yield optimization platform. That's how they describe it. So you're able to farm on multiple chains, and then I think they is automatic. So and then they cover the gas fees, or they're very cheap rather. So unlike, you know, if you were farming on multiple chains and trying to reallocate your positions based on what's going on in the moment, you know, that's gonna be hard, because the gas fees on ETH would probably take out the gain you'd make by making the switch. So having these kinds of yield optimization platforms that do that on autopilot, you know, that could be, well, it can generate great returns versus the other model. So you can see, if you click on Stan, so Sorbetto, if you just to kind of run through some of this, Sorbetto is the yield optimizer for Uniswap. And then if you click on stand, you can see a couple of the pools that are available for Fantom. I think it's ICE and Fantom are the only two right now, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's coming. This is we're really new. We're pretty early on this,
Well, read what it
and
says at the bottom.
it's been audited, right? Yes, but
It says
but
this
this is
product
DeFi.
please use at your own risk. This is innovative DeFi after all. And
Yes.
that's what we're talking about. If you enjoy learning more about the innovative, the cutting edge stuff going on in these different protocols, then don't hit the like button, subscribe, and let us know, of course, in the comments if you know of some other cutting edge protocols for us to add and take a look at, so that we can do some research and share with others, because there's way too much developing in crypto and in blockchain for us to be able to take in and figure out on our own. It's just developing that fast. Right. And okay, we will see. It's taken a while. And
I wonder if it's because it's not. Is your wallet connected? I don't know if that's the issue.
Let's see. Just click on the MetaMask. And when your computer's a little faster, it pops up a little faster. Yeah, it's connected. Shows it's connected.
Well, it's new. The website's, it's still being developed. No, I don't think you're connected. Click Fantom. And now it'll connect.
We'll troubleshoot this live action troubleshooting.
Yeah, or it should. I got mine to connect.
Yeah, it's not letting me click on it.
Because you can see, it'll show your wallet number up on the top.
What I should do is do the old. Oh man! As soon as I hit the refresh button, it popped open. Now look. Yep. That's so that's hilarious. Okay, well, third time's a charm. While that's refreshing, there's also LiquidDriver, which needs to refresh.
Talk about them, yeah.
And so let's talk.
This is an on-demand. They call this an on-demand liquidity service. So there's the cool thing about LiquidDriver that one of the things that stands out is they do have a lottery pool that you can join, and that's I haven't participated in that, but it's pretty sweet. You can earn some or win some free LiquidDrivers. That's pretty awesome.
I'm bringing you back to Popsicle Finance because LiquidDriver is actually still taking time to
load. Yeah,
to load, and we actually got the Popsicle stand for Fantom open, and the two pools that you spoke of and more are coming. But
so we got pools for SpookySwap and SushiSwap, and they look like they have comparable returns.
And it's the ICE pairing, which is their native token. But I'm sure other than ICE and the Fantom pairings, there are going to be a lot more other pools, LP, to look forward to. This is brand new. I mean, this is a very cutting edge. Same with Olympus Pro. You can see that these are just beginning to bring together different chains and work with Fantom and add these digital. So that's very cool. It's also very cool to get this page to just kind of download a little bit faster, because LiquidDriver, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, if you click on font, I don't know if you got it up. Okay, no, it's still loading.
Oh, it's
unresponsive.
I got that.
Well,
now
reload it.
Sometimes you just gotta go and start from the beginning.
Right.
There we go. And with a fresh connection, bada bing, here we are.
There we go.
And this is what the site looks like. And it looks pretty
clean.
Pretty dang clean. Here we go. All right.
So there's a bridge, and that's cool. But farms is where the action's at. If you want to see the different products available, when you click on it, you see the SpiritSwap, the Spirit land rather, LP farms that are available. And so you have LiquidDriver and Fantom, and then there's USDT and MIM and Sushi and Fantom pooled. Spell. There's, various pools there, and you're getting the rewards are based in whatever fees are earned on SpiritSwap for this. And then there's a similar kind of set of pools for Spooky, and then also Waka,
Uh-huh.
and finally Magic Land. And I wanted to highlight that because this is one of those 3 asset pools that we were going to talk about, and MEM with Tether and USDC.
And what's neat about this that we've been wanting to talk about is that there's something special relationship between these 3. These are all 3 stable coins, USDC, Tether, and Magic Internet Money, MIM, which is backed by Spell token, which is burnt and is the asset that's used to make sure that the MIM valuation is pegged to $1. What's neat is that MIM is a decentralized,
Stable coin.
stable coin reserve in the blockchain, paired with 2 that are more centralized, but they're all there together to add stable coin liquidity. It's just neat to have that dynamic. It's also neat to, just like you want wrapped Bitcoin and wrapped Ethereum, to see a pool of 3 various stable coins together at that diversification in such a small asset class. It's pretty neat to see that, and bringing them all together. And this has a very special place in the world of, well, Abracadabra, in the world of DeFi for different protocols, and in Curve. This was a really cool way to finish LiquidDriver. They got the lottery you talk about. Of course, you can earn just like Boo, Spirit, which one? SpookySwap has the Boo token, and SpiritSwap has Spirit. Of course, LiquidDriver has
LiquidDriver, XLQDR.
And there's fun things you can do. But look how they offer a place for you to take this 3 pool V2 token, which you also see over here at Abracadabra.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Abracadabra and what they are all about. So there's 2 tokens associated with this project. You have Spell, which is the variable token, and then you have MIM, which is a stable coin. The cool thing about Abracadabra, so they have a cauldron where you can deposit your interest-bearing assets, whether it's it's vaults or farms or LP tokens. They list a few of them there. And when you deposit those assets, you can borrow MIM. So you're providing collateral, and then you're able to take a loan against it. And you can, and when you repay the loan, when you redeposit MIM to the cauldron, that's how you undo the transformation, the loan. You get your collateral back. So you're not giving up your assets. You're just able to take a loan on them for a short amount of time. And as an aside, I think this is the best way to take advantage of the value of your investments, and versus like selling them directly and cashing out. I think collateralizing them and taking a loan is probably the way to do it. And if you're going to use any stable coin, I would look at MIM or Luna as the one to hold. But yeah, just as an aside, I really like the design of this site. It's very cute. It reminds me of Super Mario Brothers, and I don't know, just it's cool. Do we want to look at?
Of course, this is not financial advice, because the market goes down and you're like, oh man, my collateral and what I need to buy it back. And
It's changed. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's nice when you can provide liquidity and bond and farm without taking that risk of lending and borrowing. But at the end of the day, if it's something that you are looking into, and you're like, well, I've got more collateral to back it up, even in the version of stable coins, which actually is a lot of these assets are in the first place, then you should be cool. It is neat. I mean, this is DeFi. This is how this is how the BYOB, be your own bank, works, and it's beautiful to see how it operates and how interoperable these are. Because a lot of these I feel that you're going to go get from Curve Finance, which is, there's a Fantom version of this. And actually, if you go to the mem2 pool, it's going to take you over to this.
Where you buy those LPs.
So Curve on Ethereum, if you're not already familiar, like it's the like Uniswap, it's a blue chip web 3.0 site for Ethereum. It's one of the original, pardon me, liquidity aggregators that allows people to create LP to lock up liquidity from various ERC20 from various protocols and earn tokens.
And this is Curve on Fantom.
And this is Curve on Fantom. And this, you also can just have MEM or just have USDT Fantom or USDC, and it'll automatically split it up for you. And based upon the value of what you put in here, you will have LP tokens, and those LP tokens you can take on over to Abracadabra, and you can click stake, and it doesn't show it here.
Well, right now you can't do it on Fantom. You can't stake your spell, but you can farm. But that's coming. It won't be long where you can stake your spell on Fantom, but
check this out.
Not yet.
Before staking your spell, you can provide that Curve Finance token. You can use it many places on the Fantom network. So let's say you're like, well, I want to take profit, or I would like to keep a portion of my digital assets in stable coins, but I just don't want to have DAI or USDC or Tether or Luna.
Because of the risks.
Right, just sitting in my wallet. I want to, do something with it and let it while it sits there. You can pool it together and support various ecosystems that you're a member of, and you can help watch blockchain, help it grow, because that's really, whether it's institutional energy coming in or people, individuals all over the world, what helps these systems. And that's what's great about the Andreessen article that you mentioned that we'll link to at the end of this video. But, even at the institutional level, people, men and women who understand the value of this technology, and then they want to see developers and the communication flourish so that we can watch it grow and see what it's capable of doing as an efficiency. Now, okay, on that rant, we shall say you can take that Curve Finance pool, take your from your few $100 to a few $1,000 to whatever it is, you can approve, stake it, and once you stake it, you'll be earning spell, which is the counter asset to MEM, like the Luna Terra is to UST, which is really cool to see these decentralized blockchain stable coins. That's an aside. But yeah, that's what you can do there. That's one place you can take it. You can also take it. Oh, by the way, did you see that LiquidDriver had a place you could farm it as well? So
I did.
you can take this pool, and we were just on LiquidDriver. You could take it if you'd like to for that LiquidDriver token. And
your decision depends on which token do you want to be paid in. Would you like to be paid in Spell, which is the Abracadabra token, or do you want to get paid in LiquidDriver, or do you want to be paid in Beethoven?
Right. But the thing about Spell is more than just the Abracadabra token. Spell is the counter to MEM, and not all the protocols are there to create a decentralized money.
True.
What's neat about Abracadabra and Spell is that this is specifically for a reserve, another decentralized stablecoin blockchain money, which is great the way it's designed.
And there's something about that that's different than just earning an exchange token.
SpiritSwap, Liquid.
That's not a part of an ecosystem that creates a stable coin. It's truly decentralized.
I want to show you can also come and hit invest farm on BeethovenX, app.beats.fi. Of course, we're going to link the homepage to all of these, but you can also come in there, and instead of going to curve.fi, you can get the exact same LP token, which is pretty neat how they do that. And they call it Ziggy Stardust and Magic Internet Money. I like that throwback. Yeah. And what you don't need to have the balance. They'll automatically balance it out for you. You can get that LP token. Now, of course, I'm sure will allow you to farm and harvest that token, but you don't have to. You can take that LP token and go to Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
You can go to LiquidDriver. You can also, and oh, what else?
Well, let's talk about Koji.
Let's go ahead.
Koji Farm. So what this is, and I'm excited about this, Koji Farm is an auto compounding protocol. It's on Fantom. It's also on Polygon and Moonriver. So all three are great protocols, and it's very similar to the others. But with this, there's an auto compounding feature. So the APY is going to be, it's going to be one of these some crazy numbers. I mean, look at the first pool. You're looking at 15,000% APY, right? And of course, you have to factor in that is that doesn't take into consideration what happens to price. So that that's just a purely what's the return on in terms of how much Koji are you going to receive. But that doesn't tell you, like, okay, that doesn't mean that's going to be a 15,000% gain, because you could see the prices on Koji or with these pools could fall, right? And permanent loss could be a thing. But you can at least know that, hey, the auto compounding feature is going to create this buffer. So even if there is a price fall or an impermanent loss, at 15,000 APY, you're still making money. So that's the benefit of an auto compounding protocol.
Yeah, I would look at the total stake. This is $12. So there's one of the keys in crypto is to look at the metrics, look at the volume, the total stake for liquidity, and to get an idea of what's realistic and what's really going on. And you start seeing numbers that are greater when there's more staked, and
then the APY comes down. Yeah. And this is very early, as you can see, like the total value on this protocol is on these different pools is, some of them very small, some have 0. So this is another very early protocol, but I'm definitely bullish on this one, and I'm probably going to take a risk on one of these pools.
So this is neat. And obviously BeethovenX, you can take we just showed that repairing, and you can earn an APY paid out in Koji form. It's great that they're doing the auto compounding. It's just like we showed with osmosis. You can take those daily rewards, and the network is so cheap that you can claim them and you can stake them again, so that you really really maximize what the value that can come through crypto and DeFi. That compounding interest is just huge to be able to take advantage of compound interest. And that's just alone. And if, let's just say ceteris paribus, the prices were to stay the same in all crypto and you could just get compound interest, that's great. And if the prices go up, that's incredible. And if they go down, well, buckle up. And if this isn't your first rodeo in crypto, then you're ready for this. And if it is, well, then we'll be here with you to help you through the painful time.
I just wanted to highlight how awesome it is to be able to earn 43% APY on stablecoins. I mean, that's the MEM, USDT, USDC pool. That's amazing.
Yes, it absolutely is. And that's one of the beautiful things about DeFi and crypto. Another beautiful thing about DeFi and crypto. So I'm going to close it. We've covered a lot of great things throughout the Fantom network. But let's get into other things, like you've got Tornado Cash. These are a couple other dynamics to round out the Fantom network. A couple of other, I guess, signs that it's a serious contender, that it's a blue chip. I would say these last two sites are just a show of force, that it has a strong, it's saying, hey, we're going to be here with Ethereum. I feel that Fantom network, working with, to get to Shade Cash, Shiba Swap, Curve, Fantom.curve. If you look a lot of this EVM compatible chain, they've made it very friendly to people who are part of the Ethereum DeFi, building blocks and ecosystem. Very, very friendly, very compatible, very similar. And recognizing that these public blockchains are public blockchains. If you would like to take a portion of your Fantom and make it more private and not on a public blockchain ledger, like Tornado Cash, pardon me, is to Ethereum, Shade Cash is an app that allows you to take portions of your Fantom and send them, I guess, to a different wallet. I haven't opened the app yet. I want to keep it limited, especially now with the way the computer's running. But
and you can also stake Shade and earn a return as well. So, but yes, you're right. This is a privacy protocol, and this is about being able to send money from one wallet to another without a clear record of where those assets originated from, right?
now they recommend, like Tornado Cash, the way it works is when you send funds, you send it to a pool. So the more people that are members, the better. It'd be great if it was just, if it became like a bank, if Tornado Cash, Shake Cash became like a bank of their own, because then whenever somebody would like to, they just pull out the assets at a different rate. Because if you just say, oh, I'm going to put in 1,000 and then take 1,000 out, then it makes the algorithms.
Yeah, it makes it easy to see.
That's why they say wait and withdraw. And if you don't have to withdraw all at the same time, that's great too. If they offer,
makes it more difficult, because 1,000 in, 1,000 out, you can kind of tell what's going on.
Yeah. So but yeah, so that's great to know. And for all those who are very happy to see the ERC20 Shiba response to Dogecoin enthusiasm and tokenomics, which is basically Dogecoin's highly inflationary, so highly inflationary, it's almost like a negative interest rate, hot potato, get rid of this. Shiba swap, and knowing that it's a quote meme coin, but a lot of people are attracted to it. And Shiba said, well, why don't we make something that has better tokenomics and is built into the smart contract to protect people? And although it's considered to be a meme coin, it's a meme coin with a development team, unlike Doge. And
it's kind of like a meme coin 2.0, right? So it's a meme coin, but they've actually taken it, they're taking it serious as a project. So there's ownerless locked liquidity. Now, the one thing I would mention about Shiba is that it's an ETH, it's in the ERC20, it's an ETH project. It's on the Ethereum network. So that means that if you go to Shiba Swap and you stake your Shiba, unless you're staking, 1,000 or more, you're going to pay gas fees that are going to be pretty steep as a percentage of your total investment, right? You could even pay $200 on a single transaction, and if you're only staking a few $100s or whatever, or $800, now your gas fee is, your transaction cost becomes like a quarter of your total investment or more. So that's that's not good. So you price people out who don't have a lot of money. And so what's going on is Shiba has looked to is launching on Fantom. There's a Shiba product on Fantom. You can go shibafantom.finance and you can bridge your Shiba tokens over to the Fantom protocol, and then you can start swapping and staking and farming and engaging in these DeFi activities with very small fees, right? If not under a few pennies. So yeah, it's a way to make use of a protocol and use it without paying high transaction costs. And so yeah, if you're bullish on Shiba and you want to hold that and you have some Shiba in your wallet, this would probably be the place to stake it and to farm it because of that reason. And there's some cool pools.
Yeah, maybe another reason why Shiba is doing well, because the developers and that community continue to grow and spread and add value to different ecosystems. Like another token that we will be doing a comprehensive video on, because one near and dear to our hearts. You know what I'm talking
about? Is it going to be Flocky?
No.
I didn't know where we were going.
That's funny and that's true. As far as that,
because it's not that near and dear, but
no.
it's related.
But I'm thinking, well, what I was talking about was having interoperability with different chains and benefits a protocol that
Oh, Wise token. That's what we're
Wise
talking about.
token. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've got a lot of really, really great development and cutting edge stuff going on with their ownerless locked liquidity and
Yes.
systems. But I think that as far as if you're saying, hey, I've been around DeFi or crypto, because crypto itself is DeFi. Like if you just have a crypto wallet, that is huge. Oh look, there we go. And that's nice to see. By the time we're done, this is live action. I know it's hard to tell from the quality, the clean, crisp quality of our presentation, but there's no edits. This is just like flow and go. And we're about to go. This is the outro. But before we do, it's nice to see that things have turned up on, except for Shiba.
Yeah. And ice took a little dip too, but that's okay.
But that's okay. These things happen.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a great time to be involved in this new technology. It's absolutely the beginning. And if you're just now learning, you're at the beginning. You're not late.
That's right.
And the learning curve, it really doesn't take that long to catch up, you know.
Just watch our videos and that's all you'll need to do. All right.
Well,
No, that's not all you
that's
need to
not
do.
all. But we do appreciate you watching our videos, watching them and washing them with your comments and letting us know how to clean it up and where to look to add more valuable content. We do have how to, if you don't already know and haven't checked out Web 3.0 wallets, we're going to have a pretty neat little video that shows you Kepler wallets, MetaMask, and just the basics. So whether or not you want to get involved in Polkadot or Solana or Cardano, you'll find that the Web 3.0 wallet architecture is the same. And I guess I should finish this off
Once
on,
you learn one, you kind of have them all.
yeah. Once
So
once
we're going to help you out on that.
we'll help you on that. How to, the private keys, where to find it, connected sites, how to connect, unconnect, how to load up different chains to give you access to different websites. And, and this is about having fun. That's why SpookySwap, SpiritSwap, and Trader Joe, Pangolin, these are the people who are developing these ecosystems. They're also, life is about love and enjoying yourself and those around you and having fun and laughter. So definitely you'll find there's a lot of all of that in the world of blockchain and crypto, especially from a lot of the people who come and bring you the news. There's some great crypto ambassadors out there that have some very creative and current channels and broadcasts. We do list them on our website, the top leading crypto ambassadors, where you can go. We recommend you check out and support those other channels if you're just now getting into it. If you've been into it, there's a good chance that you might already be subscribed to those channels, considering they have over 1 million subscribers. And due to shadow ban, is it called shadow banning?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's why our 10 million subscribers is only shown as under 1,000, but we'll catch up back to it one of these days. I think we covered a pretty good
That's the Fantom ecosystem is up till, well, it's not the whole thing, but it's a good introduction.
We've got stuff on Avalanche and other networks coming up. So if you like this sort of stuff, and Jacob is putting together some content on the metaverse,
Cool.
not Facebook, not the Zuckerberg title version, but the actual,
the other one. Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of cool stuff to come. So
cool.
Thank you for your support. Until the next time, have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Adios.